What rank was it? Is Diamond 2. Okay. Diamond 2 replay. Alright, so you have a good kickoff here. It's a quick little rundown of like diagonal kickoffs. Like you reach the ball, like you reach the middle of the ball and you push towards the right. He doesn't really like this would be the middle of the ball, right? See how he's a little bit towards the right? And since you do reach the middle of the ball and you flip towards the right, there's this gap that's open, and that's exactly where the kickoff pinches. So that's why you win this kickoff. So if you notice your opponent isn't really hitting the ball like dead center, if he isn't fast enough, you can use this, I think it's called a hook kickoff, where you just like, if you're on this side, you'll do kind of the same thing. You flip like this, but then you'll flip to the left. You kind of flip towards the side that you spawned on, right? You have to be fast and you have to get towards the middle and then flip to the side you spawned on. And then there's also a push kickoff that, you know, if he's more on this side where he is right now, you can actually like push from the opposite side towards the left, and you should be able to like push it over here. Those are kind of like your two options. Of course, you have a wave dash kickoff as well, but this kickoff is good. It works because he doesn't like reach the middle of the ball yet. So a good player would take pads, right? We wouldn't just brain dead push towards this ball. Just grab this pad. Like instead of driving like this, just drive like this, right? It's the same thing, but you will have 12 boosts, right? You're not reaching this ball anyway. Right, kind of in a cuck position. Should be a goal for him. This should be a free goal for you, but you get there a little bit too early. You haven't really decided on what the best path is yet. You just like push forward, and now you're here with 0. He gets a touch. Now you're still here with 0. It's unfortunate. So in a situation like this, if you can't really like get a controlling touch, you can't really like get a touch you can follow, it's better to just get a touch into safety. So any safety, like, I mean, this is still giveaway of possession, sure, but it would be a lot better to hit it over there or over here or over here, instead of just a touch sideways that, you know, he can reach before you can reach, right? Right, so we misflip on the kickoff. That happens. Now when he gets a touch into you like this and he's flipping towards the left, there's this gap behind him, so you don't want to hit this here anymore. Try to hit it behind him, because you have to notice how he flips. Maybe you didn't see that, but you can see he gets a touch into you and then flips. From this POV, he flips to the right, right? So he gets this touch and now he flips to the right, so the left is totally open, and you hit it towards the right, which is exactly where he went, so now you're going to lose the 50 again. So a little bit more awareness there as well. Okay, that's fine. Good positioning. Now he gets a touch. Now you have very good positioning. You have to go though. You can't just wait in net. You have very good positioning. Notice how easy this play becomes with this good positioning. Behind goal line, opposite side of the play. I don't like how you're pointing your car. You're pointing your car like over here. Like, I feel like this would have been a little bit better, but that's a minuscule difference, right? But this is good positioning. Opposite side behind goal line. This would work as well. This is fine, but sometimes you're a little bit far away here. But the thing is, if you're this close and he gets a touch like this, you might jump and then the ball might go over you, right? So the further you're pushed up towards the same side, the harder the save gets. Or I should say that the earlier you have to hit the ball before the ball goes over you, if that makes sense, right? So you're a little bit further back, which is good. The save becomes very easy because you can just go forward towards the save. So again, this is a mistake we saw at a replay analysis yesterday as well. Disrespecting distances between players and the ball. You cannot teleport to the ball and beat the opponent to the ball. So it's just like, it's this trial and error, and it's this experience type beat where you just know, like, oh, the distances between players and the ball. It's roughly similar. I think he's a little bit closer because he's just straight line. You're a little bit further away, but even if you can't see that, it's roughly similar. So that means you cannot just beat him to the ball. If you know he has 0, you can go for this. If he has 0, you have full, and you can beat him. That works. But if you're both supersonic, you're not just gonna beat him to this ball. So there is no jumping for this. I actually really like that flip, because I think you went for a shot and then you were like, he has, and then you flip to the boost. This is actually very good. This is what I would do anyway. Like, push up, be like, can I go? I can't really go because he's going to hit, and then go for his boost. I wouldn't jump, I wouldn't flip. Maybe I would flip, but I wouldn't jump for the shot. I would just like kind of go over here, then get the boost. So you get the boost, or you get here, but you just keep going for the boost, whereas you have to, you know, either jump or move a little bit to the left. You cannot just land and go like this when there's a demon about to eat your ass, right? So you can't just land here and just keep going like this. That's just NPC brain dead shit. Either move a little bit to the left and grab it and avoid him like that, or jump and flip and land here, get the boost and confirm it like that. So I call that lazy demo dodging. It happens to everyone. Right. A little bit lucky, because I just want you to see what would happen if he hits this flick. Distances between players and the ball. Like, challenging this as a mix-up isn't bad, but there's such a huge distance between you and the ball that, you know, had he hit this flick or had he double jump while being under the ball, I think you would have definitely been outplayed. But He misses a flick. I mean, he got too much speed on it, so it's okay. You know, you hit that shit. Grab the boost. This is again where Magnus Carlsen would grab the boost. Just suffocate your opponent as much as you can. Don't give him that breathing room. But just do it initially. It's again the same thing. It's roughly the same distance towards the ball between you and your opponent and the ball. It's the same thing. Just like grab the boost, pressure him, let him hit and cover what he hits, right? Don't try to beat him. Alright, so this is also a very beginner mistake, like just staying under the ball, never coming to clean positions. Like this is a clean position. Forward going position into the ball. Can I go? Depends on the situation. But you can definitely pressure, let him hit, cover his hit, free ball, right? This is a you just installed the game yesterday type beat where you just, oh, the ball's right here. Let me just look at the ball, under the ball. Should I go? I don't know. Maybe I'll jump if the opponent is there. The problem with this shit is that if he just went, this is a goal, right? Because you're just sitting here. Like, what if he just jumped and shot now? Who the f is covering your net? No one, you know? So this shit just doesn't exist. If you do this shit, you kind of have to go, especially at higher ranks. Like, if you sit here, like Fairy Peak or Alpha 54 or Zen, they're not just gonna let you sit here. Like, so you're forcing yourself to go for this ball, and if you go for this ball, all this guy has to do that's waiting here, you go for this ball and then he just goes back and he covers your hit, you land here, and he might have a free goal, right? So we grab the boost in the end, he goes for his shot, you cover the shot, you go a little bit, look, this is good movement until you just like, you go in front of the ball and you, I mean, you're diamond for a reason, I guess, right? Just need a little bit more experience with these shits, but this is good movement, right? Just get a little bit too far in front of the ball, a little bit too excited. Yeah, I mean, the challenge is just risky, man. That's all it is. It could work out. It could be an own goal. He could beat you. There's just so much shit that could go wrong. I feel like, I mean, it's a tough situation though. Like if you just go back, he can also like get a flick. I don't mind you going for the challenge. It's just like you pinch it off of him and it goes into your own net. And like, I don't know. Maybe you could have gone for a drive challenge because then you don't jump. You don't really commit. But then if you drive challenge, all you have to do is just jump here. So then maybe you could make a rule where you go initially for a drive challenge, but then if he jumps, you jump. So you block his jump, kind of. I feel like that's a little bit more safe than just jumping initially for this shit and then pinching it off sideball into your own net. Drive challenges are risky, but they have the advantage of, you know, you're never really committing. So either, you get a touch on the ball or you get a bump. And if nothing happens, you just turn and go back. You don't jump into sideball there, kind of. It all starts with the shit before, the landing and a turn up field. It just puts you in a bad spot. Nice, you get a pad. You can push for something here. Nice, you win the boost. Good job. Pushing for something, I just mean with that, like, there's a demo opportunity there. There's a lot of opportunities here. You use your boost to get here and then demo him or grab his boost. And you're here earlier. You're a little bit late on everything. Like, you're just behind him. Not doing a whole lot, right? Like in this situation when he's 0 and flipping back, there's definitely bump threats, there's definitely demo threats, shit like that. Like this could have been open had you gone for his boost now, right? Let's say you go for his boost now, you grab his boost now, you turn here. I mean, my camera is slower than the car, of course, but it could have been an open net had you kind of read what he was gonna do, right? It's still good though. This is good. You grab the boost, you're here. He gets it. Now there's again a demo threat here. If you get a demo here while he lands, when someone lands, he's stuck in that, or when someone flips, he's of course stuck in that flip, right? So there's a big demo threat here. When he lands, just kill him. Otherwise, we try to cover his play. It's a little bit of a heavy touch sidewall. It could be an open net for him. You kind of want to watch out. Like your thought process is good though. You try to get a touch to yourself, but once you get a touch like this, you have to change your plan. You cannot go for this boost anymore because something in the plan that you had, which was, get a touch to yourself, grab the boost, something went wrong. The touch goes sidewall and it's scoreable for your opponent, so you cannot just like continue your original plan and go for the corner boost because now this actually is an open net, right? You're just lucky that this guy sucks ass and doesn't score, but it's definitely a mistake. All right, so he gives you the ball, you get mid boost. There's a lot of time. You can go for something if you can hit it 9 out of 10 times, so otherwise it's good to take your time. Getting a touch into the opponent isn't great, and I feel like that's why you like, this is perfect positioning. But then the problem is you go into the ball, and now you back up again, and now it's still okay. Like you still have control over the ball and stuff. But the best thing you could have done is just turn like this, and then just come down the wall and be in a good shadowing the ball position instead of like turning up into the ball and then turning back. Just come down the wall and just like cover the ball and cover the opponent. See what he does. And then if he wants to challenge, you can get an outplay touch or a fake direction change towards the side. If he challenges, you might fake him. Or, you know, if he turns away, you might start like an infield dribble into a cut or into something, a bump, a flick, you know, whatever you can do. But moving into the ball first and then moving back kind of like makes it a lot more awkward for you. Nice try. He doesn't commit though. It's always better for you to be able to go for cuts without flipping. Because like flipping just hits the ball further away from you. He turns, so you should still have like a 50 or ball possession at least. So this is okay, but you still have free ball here. But the problem is you use a flip, which isn't the worst thing, but because as I said, you still have some sort of control, right? You still get a drive challenge, but it just puts you in front of the ball, right? Which isn't, you know, optimal. So staying in good positions and shadowing the ball correctly and being able to get an outplay touch timed at the right time correctly, that shit's, you know, work on it. Don't get too close to the ball early. Like play base of your opponent, right? Nice, good touch. That's a touch into your opponent, but you follow it up with an outplay touch. So if he goes and that's an outplay, bump. See, again, Magnus Carlsen won't just let the opponent land and just, you know, recover. Like, bump him. Stop going for the ball here. Like, bump this guy and it's just open. It's cringe, yeah, but that's how you win. It's just the correct play is just to bump him and then it's open. Like, boost grab. Nice, good job. Turn. Pressure, you don't have to commit. Nice, I like that. Nice touchback, all the boosts. This is where you press your rear view button to see if he's there or if he's leaving. If he's leaving, you can take 3 minutes on the ball. If he's there, you will be pressured, right? Okay, that's okay. Don't have to flip. It's okay though. Own goal of the season. See, in a situation like this, I feel like a lot of people get very scared. But as long as you make contact on the ball, which you are doing here, just use like 5 more boosts and you're touching this ball softly, gently. This is totally fine. Like, you're getting under the ball now and almost missing the ball because you're like, oh, I have to flip this ball away. Like, use 5 more boosts and you're hitting this ball without cucking. You can even double jump in the air there, like literally like right at that position, like here. You can even press X again without any input and you will hit the ball. Flipping is a little sus because you land past the ball again. You don't have that perfect flip control. It's not a bad cut, but it doesn't do anything because the opponent isn't outplayed, right? The opponent is shadowing and you're just like cutting into him, right? Like, had he not flipped, he could have even just like, if he just held this and you cut now, he could have even challenged this right here, right? And you will get, you know, you will struggle a lot against aggressive players if you don't play based off of them, right? You're just getting touches into them. I like this movement. Nice, I like that. Double jump outplay works very well in low ranks because people suck dick. So I like this movement though. You don't just go like this. You don't just go like this. You kind of go a little bit like in field first, which makes it a lot harder for him to deal with shit. So I like that a lot. And double jump, like at some point you will realize that double jumps are not gonna work as well. And then you will like have to learn some flicks and stuff. That was good. That's okay. You could have probably won his corner boost, I feel like. You just go towards this ball, you grab this pad as well, then you just get any hit anywhere here, grab this boost, maybe get a demo. But that's a good position for you to be in because he's going to be on 12 or 24 or something. You use no rear view button. You don't know he's behind you landing here with 0. You just hear, should I go for this? I have a small penis and I'll go for mid boost and give him full boost. Right? Again, play the most suffocating play and you will learn from your mistakes. Sometimes you will go for his corner boost and get scored on. That's fine. Just learn from it. That doesn't work in this exact situation. Why did it not work? Oh, because the ball went middle and it was scoreable? Okay, then bring the ball with you next time or don't go for the boost if you can't do that, right? But in this situation, all you need to do is just grab these pads, go for the ball, just hit it. Don't have to jump. Hit it while it's popping here, like anywhere here. Just hit it here and then grab the boost, maybe get a demo and you're fine. You might mess the execution up. It doesn't mean you should shy away and never do that. It means you need to do it more and get better at it, right? Nice. This could be very good, right? If you get like a very good solid touch here, like he's still turning. So if you could get it like a good touch here, it might be a goal, right? Nice try. A lot of pressure. You get the boost again. You turn. So yesterday, I don't know if y'all remember, but there's this concept where you don't want to turn into a ball if you don't know what the is happening, right? If you're here, don't turn into the ball unless you have seen the ball, you've calculated how you want to go for the ball, approach it and shoot it, right? Don't just Don't just come like this. You make this turn here, and there's a ball coming towards you. Look at the ball first, know how it's going, make the angle in your head, and then go for the angle. Don't just come here, cut into the ball, and then you get too close to the ball. You have to go back. Like, it's ass, right? Stay wide and go once you've seen what's happening, right? So now calculate it. Still stay wide. Just stay like this. Have ball cam on, of course, so your cam is like this, but your car is like right here. Your cam is on the ball, and just calculate, see what you want to do. You can even make a wide ass turn like this, front of the car into the ball like this, and you have good positioning, right? But you just cut into this ball, and now you're like, oh, what the f am I supposed to do? Now you get a shitty cuck touch middle. There's no angling around the ball. There's no nothing. You have no threat. You're not going anywhere. You could have pushed for his other corner boost and kind of just cycled corners. Like, you get this touch, and now you just flip diagonally into it, like here. Just put it somewhere over here. Try to grab the boost on spawn and just loop again. You might get another chance. You go for somewhat of a 50. It's okay. You still have ball possession and boost. The problem is he gets mid boost. He gets a lot of space. So that's why it's kind of an L for you to... Like, you kind of misplay, but it's okay. I love that touch. Nice try. Again, a demo threat. Again, a bump threat. You're not really physical in these plays. Like, when you come down here, all you have to do... Like, look at how close it is. All you have to do is just, like, go for him. You go for the ball again. And you could have gone for him, and it's definitely a bump threat there. Diamond 2. Yeah. You get some sort of a bump. At a high level, the boost grab, you cannot go for boost here. Because, you know, if you play Moxie or some shit and you go for boost and he just controls it like this, and that is open, right? So actually, this turn that you made initially was good. But then you were like, oh, the boost is there, and now I'm gonna just go for boost, right? And then the net was open. Like, it's fine because this is low rank. But because you have 40 boosts as well, I think the initial turn was just best. It's the most safe one. You know, it's up to you. You can go for boost if you want, but you will notice you can get scored on sometimes. And I know at this low rank, you might not get scored on all the time, but... It's good fake chow. And there's a good rule here as well. Like, try to go and beat them while they're recovering. Like, you fake chow, you pressure them to commit. I like that you don't just dive and, you know, challenge for no reason. You make him commit, and now he's recovering, right? He hasn't landed, he hasn't landed, he hasn't landed. He's gonna land. So you want to go somewhere around this time. Or, you know, you don't have to full go. Sometimes just jumping. Like, if you jump right now, he might, like, you know, go back, and then you have a free ball. You can be creative with it, but you could have just jumped, hit it behind him, landed here, and then you have control again. Now you wait for him to land, and now you're letting him jump, and you're not matching his jump speed, and now he beats you. I think you still reach the boost. Yeah, so that's still well played for you. But that's just something to think about. Okay. Speeding up the play isn't the worst thing, but, you know, it's just this one straight angle forward. He has a lot of space. All he has to do is just cover your play, and it's quite ass, and this is why you're stuck in diamond. So, you know, you could have, like, played based off of your opponent again. Like, you could have tried to bait him in. I don't mind this first touch, though. I actually think this is a very nice touch. The problem is, as well, like, you now can't see him, though. Like, if you took your time and actually got, like, an infield touch, you actually gain vision on the opponent. Because you have this straightforward approach towards the opponent, you don't really see him. You could have turned off ball cam and ball cam, like, turn it on back, like, very quickly. Like, if you press ball cam twice, what happens is... your camera goes from like this angle to like this angle and then back to that angle. So if you do this and you see he's like going back, then you could maybe take your time. He's boosting away and stuff. People will play tricky at high levels, so like they will move away and then now backwards challenge and stuff. So the touch into the opponent just puts pressure on yourself to try and beat him, because if he goes, then you might get beaten. So you put pressure on yourself with that touch. It's not a bad touch at all, though. It's just the shot after it isn't that great, right? It's okay, though. It puts some pressure on him, but he plays it out well, though. So he's now fully nullified your offense, basically, right? So in hindsight, it wasn't a great play, but you know, I don't really mind it. But I do have like a guideline that I always say, like, try not to play like into an opponent who's ready for you, and this is like sort of that, right? And because you do that, you kind of get scared, and you do that, and then you might think he's gonna go, so then you try to beat him, but he never went. So it is very like easy to counter this, like these like decision making stuffs you're having. I should just say decisions. I like that. It's a good mix up. Like, you fake challenge into a backwards real challenge. That's good. You could have beaten him here. How do you do that? Well, you go again while he's recovering. He's now on the wall, he's turning. Had you gone here while he's turning and coming off the wall, you can beat him. You cannot beat him. Well, you could have still gone here, but it would have been like a 50. It's kind of sus at this point. You could have definitely like claimed dominance and been an alpha here, as long as you just go while he's doing all of this shit, right? You can even jump now. He's still not fully on the ground. Now he can jump, right? So it had to be like a little bit before. And then if you go, you don't just have to get a hit away. You can jump, claim dominance, he leaves, you don't hit the ball, you just claim ball, right? You don't have to go and hit the ball. Either if you go, try to get a touch, you can follow up, but you can just go and then just come down, right? You could have just double jumped here, then he would turn back, and then you have a free ball. And if he goes, then of course you try to get a beat, right? He's gonna reset. It's a good beat. It's a little risky, but it's a good beat. So I like how you know, don't cut into the ball. Notice how we have a lot of time. You let the ball do its thing, and you only cut the angle. Like last play, you went instantly towards the ball like this. You got too close, right? Now you're just holding this, shadowing the ball, only going when you know you've read the ball and you've calculated the shit, right? So did a good job there at finishing it. I don't hate y'all. I'm just trying to help, you know. Right. What are we looking for here? A touch away is like the most primitive basic thing you can do. You will get rid of the threat momentarily, temporarily, any other word works. But getting the ball back into your own corner is way better than just hitting it back to his side, right? So, you know, good job. You got rid of the threat, but he still has ball possession. Magnus Carlsen, what he would do is, you know, bring the ball back with you to the boost, get the ball and get the boost, right? Sometimes, like, you will try this, sometimes you might get beaten to your boost, so you will have to play around with it. You need to have some experience, but you have 23 boosts, he has 0. Definitely had a chance of bringing it back, getting the boost, getting the ball, so that would have been good. This is totally fine though, but it's the most basic thing you can do. Alright, so the options here, right? What are the options? Well, real challenge is crazy because distances between players and the ball. He could just flick it to the left and you're totally... Like, if you just jump for this and you just challenge this and he hits it over there, you're not reaching that shit. If you then pre-jump the angle there, he can just fake you. That's why fake direction changes are also so good, because if all he does is this and then stops here and you block that shit, you're... The problem you have here is you just go like this and then you stop here. Normally what players will have is like more of this side to side movement. Like, you kind of want to go like this and then you can keep momentum like this. I mean, even it like this, it would have still been fine if you just turned like this and then went back, right? But try not to be a sitting duck. Try not to push up and then stop and then he gets a touch, you don't respect it and the touch gets over you, right? Try to like keep momentum and keep driving, so you don't want to force yourself to half flip, right? Like, had you just turned either way now, this is a lot better than stopping and half flipping here, right? Just gotta respect his touch though. So how do you respect his touch? Well, you can see him jump and then you just turn, right? It's still a little late now. Still a little late there. That's why drive challenging is better than the stopping and half flipping, because you get a chance to block the ball, you get a chance to demo, and if it doesn't work, at least you have momentum to just go like this, right? But you probably will get a touch on the ball or a demo if you just full went. But the safest thing you can do is just fake challenge and cover, right? So you would do this, and then now you would just turn, right? As soon as he turns into the ball and he can hit it, you just have to cover it, right? Should be a goal for him. And this is why we play ones, right? This is good for you. You got punished because you stopped and just sat and looked at the ball for 3 minutes. That's fine, right? But learn from it, right? And you're still gonna make the same mistake next time, but that's okay. Like, as long as the awareness is there that you should try not to do that, and you try not to do that, but you mess up the execution, that's all fine. Nice. Very nice winning ball possession here, right? Good fake, putting pressure, he crumbles, he's past the ball. If he wants to backwards challenge this, that's okay. You would beat him here if he went, and then he doesn't go, and then you don't go, which is beautiful because now you win ball possession, right? Touch to the right if he went, he doesn't go. Another infield touch. Nice try. You look at the difference in vision, man. Like, you notice where he is. You notice the net is actually open. I actually like this shot attempt because the net is open. It's, again, you get very eager. You get very excited. You just flip. And we saw this earlier as well, where you had the turn where you got in front of the ball. You had perfect movement, and then you just go in front of the ball. You miss flip. You will get better over time, though. Like, just keep practicing this shit. Keep going to custom training. Keep going into free play and just, you know, getting the timing down, getting the flip shit down. Because you have good movement here. It's just like maybe your cock gets too hard, or you get too excited, or the emotions get in your head or something. But this is good movement. You just insta flip and miss. You just need to work on it a little bit more. Nice. You can grab your boost. It's safe in your corner. Touch upfield is good. He doesn't have boost. That touch is kind of dead. It's actually better for you that he challenges there. Why? Because this touch is dead into your corner. This touch is gonna bounce here, and it's dead. He should have just grabbed boost and he would have been fine. Challenging here just puts him 12 boosts closer to play. And if you get a good cut here, that's a very nice touch because it puts pressure. Unfortunate shot because it's straight forward into him. If he had one pad, which he should have grabbed like this pad or this pad or this pad, this is a free save. Like, it's an unfortunate shot because it's towards the left side of the net, but since it's diamond and he missed all the pads, this works. But what's really good about this play, not that touch, what's really good about this play is a soft touch infield, a soft cut infield because he flips away. If he stayed close, you cannot get a touch like this. If you do get a touch like this, you have to go for an outplay here if he stays close. But since he goes away, you get a soft touch infield. This is perfect control. And then, you know, shooting and faking a shot, getting a touch into a flick, getting a touch into a double jump, getting a touch into a bump, getting a touch into a fake. It's a lot of options. A delayed flick, a lot of shit you can do here. A shot isn't bad. It isn't the greatest shot, but, you know, he's on 0, so it worked out. I like the touches that came before this play, though. I thought the shot was nice. Hey, the shot went in. That's all that matters, right? The shot wasn't placed, well, it didn't have too much placement either. So it's a very good mistake that you make here because we can learn a lot from it. So distances between players and the ball, right? And also, like, boost is important, the ball's momentum. Like, where's the ball going? The ball's going towards him. Why? Because in a second, he's going to be here with full boost and you're going to be here with, like, 0, right? And the ball has momentum towards him. So with all those factors in mind, should we go for this ball? Well, it's risky because you're gonna hit the ball. You can drive challenge this ball, sure, but then you have to actually go for it because if you don't use boost, you're gonna get beat. But had you used like how much boost do you have? 12 because you grabbed the one pad. Had you used your 12 boost to reach the ball, you would have had a drive challenge. But drive challenging still is RNG. Like, you could win the 50, the ball could go side one into your net. So the safest thing you could have done is just accept defeat and go for back boost and then, you know, reset into a clean position back with full boost, right? So you would grab these pads, flip back, you know, be here. If he gets a heavy touch into you, you could maybe challenge, otherwise just cover a shot. So it's good that you get punished again, but learn from it, right? So know the options, know what works and know what doesn't, and try not to replicate this mistake. You will still replicate this mistake. Everyone will still make mistakes, but it's more so working towards being able to make this mistake less within a week or within a month or something. But it's good that you make this mistake because then we can learn from it, right? What the f***? Where is blood flipping? Alright, a lot of time. I like that. Okay, still unfortunate. I get that it's scary that he's going towards you, but I would not panic unless he's boosting towards you. Like, you can see him turn back now already, so the timing on this is actually abysmal. Like, it's actually like, he's kind of told you he's not going anymore. If he fully boosted into you, like, let's say you're trying to take your time, right? You let it bounce, and now he boosts towards you. This is where I would go for a beat if he boosts towards me, right? But he kind of just comes towards us, and he kind of turns back. So that should give you enough of an answer. Like, keep your eyes on your opponent, play based off of him. Because it's unfortunate, right? It's not the worst thing. Oh, this is a mistake that someone made yesterday as well. This is playing in 1973, right? This play is developing, and within a second, the opponent's gonna land and there's a threat, right? And you're following the ball like this, right? This is playing in the past, bro. You're playing when Facebook was the GOAT and shit. Like, you need to get back, my dude. Like, he's about to shoot, he's about to land and shoot, and you're literally going like this, as if you're doing anything, right? See how you're chasing the ball? It's all the same shit. It's all awareness. It's all making better decision making because of your awareness. If you don't have awareness, you're just gonna follow this ball and then get beat to it, right? So you move towards your net now, but it's late and slow, right? That's unlucky. He misses. Diamond gameplay. Okay, so jumping earlier for a ball like this doesn't necessarily give you an advantage. Just follow this ball and track it on the ground. And then I would just recommend single jump flipping, because had you had a flip here, you could flip now to confirm a good touch and then you're fine. But because you double jump and you don't have a perfect aerial trajectory, then you miss. You know, you don't get a perfect touch. You could have literally own goal double tap this because you double jump and you're just like a small car in the air. If you keep your flip and you maintain your flip, so that means not jumping now, but, you know, jumping now and then going for this ball and then flipping. The flip helps you out, you know, the motherfuckers made the flip to help you out, so utilize that flip. You're not forced to double jump early here again. You're fine. Be comfortable. Don't panic. Get better in these situations. Don't double jump when you don't need to, because you are very close to it. Hey, don't get me wrong, you are very close to it, but if you had a flip here to now flip towards the diagonal left, towards the corner of your car, then you would have been fine, right? But because you know, you don't have a flip, you miss fly. Must have been a panic double jump. I mean, everyone does it. It's just the awareness needs to be there. Okay, so see what I mean with when he boosts towards you, that's where you beat. So I like this, but now look at him. He's fucking going. He's leaving his net. Beat him. Like, boost and beat him, and the net is open. This is the only time you should have gone. And I've seen you, like, think he was gonna go, like, 6 times, and then you get a shit shot, or a shit touch that he just covers. This is the only time you actually want to go for a beat. Because, you know, even if he doesn't go anymore, he has boosted up to this corner here, and if you just shoot now, you get a good shot. He's just not covering his net, right? He had to turn already. So this is the only time when you want to beat him, is just look at his car, look at his movement, where is he going, is he boosting, how threatening is his challenge, all these factors you have to think about, right? So you fake it, you try to take your time, keep your eyes on your opponent. As soon as he made this movement from here to here, instead of like going like this is how he covers the shot, right? But as soon as he goes upfield away from his net, boosting towards you, that's where you have to adapt and beat him, right? You're just being too slow. You're letting the guy beat you, whereas you should have had a beat on him. And that happens, right? It's okay. Just learn from it, right? In a month from now, have that happen less. That should be your goal. And as long as you make progress towards that goal, you're on the right path. Own goal. That's okay, like, you can have 60 boosts. I like that. Like, direction change is almost there. Now here, I would have, like, shadowed the ball in a way where I could outplay. Like, you get a very nice touch up, and then you just leave the ball, right? What if you just challenge here? Like, you get a touch up, and you follow this ball like this, so then you can double jump or flick when he goes, right? Don't, like, you got a touch, and then you just went like this, and then he could have just challenged you, and you would have been... But I like this touch towards the left, and the attempt to flip it to the right. It's actually really good. It's more direction changes than normal. Just you have to keep going here, right? You get that touch, and then you're now a little bit too slow because you don't set yourself up cleanly. Like the touch is perfect. That touch to the left, this is so good. You just now have to boost and get in the right spot and then get it to the right. It's very close to, like, this is very good. Like, this is almost very good movement. And you still get like a beat behind him. Nice. We go for boost. Alright, you don't have a lot of time, but notice how he's going. And again, this is a free outplay, right? Left, right, fake direction change into 50, all free outplays. Like, look at how much space you have over here. Wait, like, look at it from this POV. If you hit it now, is he reaching this ball that goes here? He's not. You're just not getting that outplay touch. Like, your touch is straight into him, right? Any touch over here is a beat. Like, look at what he covers. He's only covering this area, right? Like, right about like this area, because he has a flip, so he covers like anything here. But anything exaggerated outside that range, anything like over here and stuff, he's not reaching that. So, you know, I like that you take your time here, but again, as soon as he turns and boosts into you like this is aggressive by your opponent. And you need to beat this shit, right? Still a good 50, and it's still open. It's a good touch. Nice, well played. So you still get a goal out of it. But it should have been a more controlled outplay goal, and not just like, you know, mistiming it and getting a 50. So what is this shit? What the fuck are you doing here? Why the fuck would you wait with 30 boosts and not just grab your back boost? Like, this is downtime. The ball's gonna roll up the wall, there's downtime. He's going for boost, you go for boost. Magnus Carlsen gets full boost here. A Diamond Cook player will get 48 boosts and cover his net here. The thing is, you can cover your net and have full boost. That's the problem here. That's why this hurts my eyes. Is just grab this boost and you're covering your net with full. It's better than covering your net with 40. He gets a shitty touch forward. It is open, actually. The turn is too slow. It's a nice try, but the funny part is, had you actually like grab the boost like this and then he gets a touch, you would be in such a better spot. I feel like because like the ball's gonna end up right about here, right? And the problem that you're having here is that you're kind of perpendicular. The location that you turn from, this might be a hard sentence for y'all to understand, but the location that you turn from is right where the ball is gonna be. So that means if you turn left, you have to make like sort of like an extra turn to get to where the ball is gonna be, because the ball's gonna be somewhere around here. And if you turn right, it's the same thing. See how you kind of like, you kind of have to like go back to where the ball is going to be, meaning that if you were like a little bit more to the left, you can make a good turn into the ball like this, Or if you were a little bit more on the right, you can again make a good turn into the ball like this, right? It's kind of because you're stuck on where the ball is going to be, and you have to turn from that location, that you now make this extra wide turn, and that's why you're kind of late. You can still, it's not a position a pro wouldn't be able to turn from, but I feel like as a diamond player, it gets a little bit more awkward. But this is still easily turnable, like just power slide and turn. I feel like, I'm not sure if you use power slide there. He's still trolling. Why the f is that guy doing all that shit with 10 seconds left, man? Alright, so it's just a lot more to win here, you know? The boomer isn't bad. It's just like you kind of have to go for it now while he's recovering again. Right, if you're going to wait this long, at least wait for the bounce. Waiting is bad because the net is open. You should go for a shot. But if you're going to wait this long and throw your advantage anyway, then might as well wait for the bounce and be able to get a good banger. Like, it's either go now while he's like recovering, like while he was still in the air, you should go and try to go for a shot, or at least a touch you can follow. Like now he's landing, you could go for it. And if you know, don't do that and you let it, like he's back already, then at least wait for the bounce and then get a good banger. Because if you let it bounce and you bang this like pretty high up, this could still be a goal, or it might go backward and you might have to double, right? So I don't know, either go now or let it bounce and then go, right? Again, in between. So here again, you could push for a lot more, man. You could go for a demo. You could just instantly hold boost and just drive through the ball and try to get a demo. Like, just hold boost and do something. He gets a touch, you maybe get a demo. He gets a touch, you maybe grab the boost. Like, you're not fighting as if your mom's life is on the line. If your mom was in a hospital bed and about to die, you need to do something to this guy, you would do a lot more to this guy than just waiting it out and just, you know, standing there and hoping something happens. That's unlucky though.